is the Doublet Special Master.
Live and direct.
Breakfast with CubCamTV.
Trickstar Radio.
Right then, just coming up to 4 minutes past 9 here, Trickstar Radio. We're back inside the building as we carry on with our interview hour series. Today, we're going to be getting into something very, very special indeed as we continue to talk to different artists from around the UK. Today, we are keeping it very Brighton-centric. Someone who I've had a lot of communications with over the year, someone who I've followed for a long period of time, someone a couple of years above me in school who did actually be one of the people who inspired me to start making music myself and carry on down this path. Man like Ceezlin is in the building. How are you doing, sir?
Wagwan, I'm good, man, I'm good.
Good to have you in. How's things?
Things are alright, man. It's slowly opening back up, isn't it? After lockdown. So we're getting back to some sort of normal.
Some level of, not new normal. We're going back to normal.
Yeah, that's it.
Obviously, we had a chat a couple of years ago, actually, on this show. Obviously, we've been staying up to date with everything you've been doing, like new music releases and things like that. Let's have a little bit of a catch-up before we jump into what we've got going on today. Have you been busy over the lockdown period? You seem to be very active on the Insta, doing like challenges and stuff like that.
During lockdown, I was going mad in the studio, man, nearly every day, you know what I mean, making at least half a tune, at least, just because I was on a roll, there's nothing else to do, and I was really enjoying it, and I was experimenting a lot, so a lot of music was made during lockdown. Now that we're out, and stuff's opening up again, I'm kind of like sick of the studio, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go there ever again. But I remember saying, I think in the interview we had a couple of years ago, I definitely have those stages where it's like, right, I'm in the zone, I'm going to smash out music, and then I'll take a gap where I'm like, I don't want to make any music, I don't even want to hear, I don't want someone to ask me about music, nothing. You know what I mean? Just want to go enjoy myself, you know what I mean? Have normal time with my mates, go to the pub, play football, talk about other stuff. So I'm kind of in that sort of bracket at the moment.
Okay. I mean, obviously off the back of that, we did see the album launch with Hatter over the course of that over the course of the lockdown period.
Yeah.
We had a bit of a chat down at the studio for that. How did you find the response to the album? Because it looked like a lot of people were getting involved. It seemed like there was a lot of support going on. Like, how was it from your end?
Yeah, so for me, because the tracks are so diverse, it just drew in so many different people, and also shocked people that were already listening to us in a good way. You know what I mean? It's like, never knew you guys kind of made those kind of tunes.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, the feedback's been great, and the live show we did, although it had to be seated and it was like, I don't know, 25% capacity because of the COVID restrictions, it was still amazing to perform, and it just went down really well. We had like, there's like a group of Scottish girls or something that came down, and I'm like, how did you guys hear about us? Like, what's going on? They're like, oh yeah, we've been fans for ages.
What? So they came down all the way from up north for the show?
Like, you know when you do like a smaller show, you can see who's turning up, and you're thinking, who are they?
Yeah,
and
you kind of expect to know, especially like kind of being in Brighton for so long, you kind of expect to recognise the majority of the faces there.
That's it. And I start hearing the accent, I'm like, yo, Hats, do you know who these people are? He's like, no, I thought they were your friends. I'm like, no, they're not my friends. Asking around to our boys and stuff, like, yo, did you invite these girls here? No, we don't know who they are. And then I got chatting, and then just random. So that was cool.
They came all the way down for the show.
That's
incredible, man. I mean, that kind of does show just how far the sound is spreading to kind of, even in COVID times, to kind of make that commitment to travel literally one end of the island to the other. Not even the country, the island to the other. That's absolutely crazy.
You need to start sampling some bagpipes and stuff.
just to give a bit of respect back the other way.
Even bigger.
So we've got a couple of things we're going to be getting into today. Obviously, we're here for the Tricky 32, which I'm absolutely buzzing for.
Yes.
It's going to be great to get you on this. Obviously, a live 32-bar freestyle over something, which is going to be very interesting indeed. Before that, though, I want to talk about the new single. Obviously, we've been smashing it here on The Breakfast Show, which is No Smoke, yourself and Wizard. We've said, obviously, this is a link-up we've seen so many times. It's a link-up that has a lot of history behind it. Again, talk to me about this particular single and how it came together.
So, just before this was released, so the process was really quick. It was released like 7 days after I recorded it, and it was recorded the same day I received the beat, maybe within like half an hour.
Wow.
Sometimes it clicks when you get the beat and you're like, yes, bang. So my boy Marker, he was in a studio with me. I'm just tweaking some stuff, listening over some stuff, and get a WhatsApp from Wizard, and he's like, yo, let's do another single, man. I've just sent you 3 beats. First one I played was the No Smoke instrumental. I'm just like, yo, give me half an hour, I'm going to send back at least a hook. Start doing the hook, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to freestyle a verse. So I started freestyling the first verse. I'm like, right, let me go back over it, tweak it a bit. First verse is done, put the chorus in again. I'm like, let me not just do a normal second verse. Let me kind of mix it up a bit. Kind of like labyrinth kind of weird breakdown, that kind of weird structure, you know what I mean? So I did that, sent it back, and he's like, yo, let's get it mixed. In fact, I'll mix it now, so it's just done. Got it mixed and mastered, and then 7 days later it got released.
That's a madness. The process is. Do you think that process went so quickly because of how long you two have been working together, or do you think it was just a general spur of the moment thing?
Definitely because of, you know, how long we've been working with each other and how, you know, we've got a similar sense of humour, similar working process. We like churning out music, you know what I mean? But also because, like I said, when the beat just bangs, it's so much easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
It does. I mean, without sounding like a lazy MC, a lot of the work was done for me on that tune, you know what I mean?
Of course. But there we go. Well, I'm excited to get into it this morning. What a banger it is. We're going to get into it right about now. Ceezlin and Wizard, this one, No Smoke. Following this, we are going to be getting into today's episode of the Tricky 32. So keep it locked and don't go anywhere. It's Breakfast with Kxvu here on Trickstar.
They don't want no smoke. They don't want no smoke.
Sounds of Ceezlin and Wizard on this one, No Smoke. We're back inside the building, 12 minutes past 9 here, Trickstar Radio, and we're about to jump into something very special indeed. So, the Tricky 32, for those that aren't aware, is a brand new freestyle series we are doing live here from the Breakfast Studio. You're likely to see this in a couple of new studios over the course of the next few weeks. Today, we're going to be joined by a man like Ceezlin, who is in the building, bringing us some fresh flavour. You excited for this? I'm excited.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I'm buzzing for it. It's great to get you in. Obviously, as I said before, you're someone who has influenced a lot of people in Brighton. You're someone who's been involved in Brighton's music scene for a long period of time. So I feel this might be quite monumental. We're going over a Busta Rhymes instrumental for this one, which should be quite cool.
Yep.
So why this instrumental, just before we jump into it?
It's different. It's funky. That's the kind of thing I like, you know what I mean? It's not the same old beat that, you know, when like a new tune comes out and everyone's like, oh, I've got to dub that beat.
Yeah.
I kind of don't like that.
Yeah, no, I feel
it's
that.
Just, you know what I mean? It's been done so many times, and it's not challenging either.
There we go. Well, I'm looking forward to getting into this one. Should we get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's roll. We're live on Trickstar Radio, people. This is Breakfast with Kxvu. It's time for the Tricky 32. Just gone 13 minutes past 9.
Yo, can I get that beat much, much louder? Yeah, pull it up for me as well, please. Yeah, let's get into it. See the boy in the building. Yeah, listen. Top billing with hot rhythms, I got spinning and we got bottles that pop spilling. I drop kick 'em, I won't stop spitting. I chop spitters, I'm rock rigid, I don't watch spitters. I watch figures, my crop's biggest. Rappers claim their shots biggest, I'm not with it. They want digits, strong women, do not give 'em. Bombs ticking, the clock's minutes have stopped spinning. And I box spitters that want swingers, I box quickest. Not kidding, I'm on killing them off quickest. Got a mosh pitting, I squash spitters like Godzilla. So give me the belt, bun a rhythm like it's butter, make it sizzle and melt. Bring 'em to hell, the cards are officially dealt. Soon I'll be swimming in it, do it for my city as well. Sick criminally, they wanna fling me in jail. Sick physically, doctors saying think of your health. Sick lyrically, already been given the bell. You move as quick as a snail, I'm bigger than Wells. Well, I hit the liquor till the kidneys fail. And cherish every moment living as we sit from the grill. Been in a cell, don't wanna go to prison as well. I behave myself, all the drug dealers can tell. If I did it, none of them would make a living for real. Well, hell with it, give me the belt. Keep your nose out my business, cause there's nothing to smell. Well, it's easily done. Cream of the crop, make the speakers pop, reach for the top. Me and the microphone together like peas in a pod. Keys to a lock, green with some rum, beans on the hob. Man, it's easier than feeding your dog. I put your whole team in a box. Man, you're smelling like you needed a wash. Your style looking cheaper than cost cutters. I bet you're still stealing from shops. You see me, I'm done, and I will never kneel to a god. I'm a G, you're a odd. CZ boy, Trickstar, yo, peace, I'm gone.
Wow.
That's how we do.
That's how we do. You know, when I set these up, I always go, this one's going to be a good and this one's going to be a good, and that was absolutely fire. That's what I'm talking about, bro. When it comes to doing stuff like this, how long does it take you to put something like this together, like a 32 with that much intricacy? How long does it take you to put something like this together? Because that is such a verse like that has so many different weaves and turns, and you've always had that in your style. Yeah. How do you kind of end up there with a verse like that?
So again, it's what the beat, like, it ignites something. If there's a particular beat that just gives you that spark, it's gonna make you go off on these random tangents. And especially if you're doing like a freestyle, it's gonna be on camera, it's gonna be live. You wanna impress people, and like having like the multi-syllabics and intricate flows and wordplay and that kind of thing. That's what grabs people's attention. You know
100%.
And I don't know, man. I guess certain beats you can really, because this is really repetitive. That dun 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 dun.
You almost can't. I'm surprised more people don't get kind of lost on instrumentals like this, because there is a kind of element of I'm sort of the triplet nature of it. I don't really know where I am.
That's it. So you can. There's no rules on these kind of beats. You know what I mean? and especially someone like people like Busta Rhymes and Q-Tip, like rapping wise, they're amazing. You know what I mean? People don't rap like those guys. They're special individuals when it comes to rapping and lyricism. So that's it, man. It's always the beat. The beat selection has got to be like one of the most important things when it comes to judging someone as a rapper, you know?
100%. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I feel it's almost a bit of an underrated kind of skill set when it comes to actually being not necessarily even a rapper, but an artist in general. The music you're actually working with, you know, that sort of or the production you're working with, the sounds you're working with. I think that's something that doesn't get as much credit as it should do, and it's something again you've always been very strong at. And again, thank you for coming through and doing that, bro. That was fire.
What's up, man?
Exactly what I was looking for. And again, it brings an extra element to this show, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you in the building again.
Respect, man. Pleasure to be here.
Always, bro. We've got one more tune to get into before we do round off, and this for me was one of the this has been one of the biggest tunes on Trickstar for a while. Obviously it's had so many different remixes, it's had so many different kind of versions of it. It goes by the name Disco. Obviously it features Rainy Dancer, who I believe we have got locked in for one of these sessions as well, which should be great to see. Talk to me about this just tune in general, because obviously there's been a couple of different remixes of it. Talk to me about how the process for this one went down.
Yeah, so when we were doing the album, I think maybe we had 8 tracks originally. So for me, I hate that saying less is more.
Yeah.
I think that's nonsense. But when it comes to making an album, I think you can definitely have too many tunes, you know what I mean? And you can always make another album with the songs that didn't make it, or a mixtape, or lost tapes, or whatever, or just other singles. Now with me and Hatz's project, I think we were on like 7 or 8 tracks, and for me, like, I would say 8 is a decent number, because if you've got 8 bangers rather than 10, you've got people going, I want more, which is the best thing,
entirely.
Right? So I think we were at 8 tunes, and then this beat came through, and we're like, we can't not have this on there, you know what I mean? So the writing process, we were down at the studio, and I think Hats was like half working at the same time with Audio Active, so we were kind of like in and out, chopping and starting with recording and stuff. I think like he set up the mic and stuff in the Rum Committee room, but it was on his computer with the interface plugged into his laptop, and he's like, right, it's all set up, all you got to do is press record. So I just did like all my 4s and left the gaps for him to do his parts. So that was the process with that, and then the tune was just really well received by everybody, especially people who aren't really into like rap music.
Yeah, of course.
This was a song that drew in a new crowd. People are, you know what I mean, I wouldn't really listen to like the trap stuff or the hip hop stuff, but Disco has made me fans of yours now.
Yeah.
And then, you know, PVC, Rainy Dancer, he's a wicked producer, man. That kind of style, he kills it.
Yeah, entirely. Again, that real future disco kind of electronica, this really unique kind of realm. He's just the perfect guy for the. You know how there's artists that just are perfect, like The Weeknd's perfect for certain hooks. There's people like a WizKid or someone like that. They're perfect for certain types of hooks. I definitely feel he's found his kind of he's found the lane with this, which is really exciting to see.
We've got tunes, this kind of style, which I would argue are better than Disco.
Oh wow,
they're sitting there in the vault, man, like ready to come out.
I'm looking forward to seeing some of these start to land, bro. I'm really looking forward to it, dude. It's been an absolute pleasure having you in. Thank you for coming through this morning. It's always great to chat. We met up a couple of weeks ago down at the Tempest for the Sancta launch, which was good fun. Yeah, that was a boozy one that day. But yeah, it's great to see you. Obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing stuff land. I know you've got some exciting stuff in the pipeline. One time, the best place for people to follow you and what you're doing on your platforms.
Instagram, man, just at Ceezlin. Everything's at Ceezlin. YouTube, Twitter. I don't really use Twitter, man. I think that's a bit ancient. But Instagram's the best place, man. I'm always posting stuff on there, my stories and blah blah blah. So that's where I'm most active.
Excellent stuff.
But yeah, new stuff's on its way, man, for sure. I got something big in the pipeline. I spoke to you about off air,
which I'm excited for.
I wish I could talk about it, but I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to, break any legalities and that kind of thing. But yeah, just wait.
Awesome stuff.
Big things coming soon.
Awesome stuff, dude. It's a pleasure. We're going to chat again soon. This next one, then, the Pav remix of Disco, Ceezlin, Hatter, and Rainy Dancer. Make sure you're sticking around. We're going to get into the pull-up 30 in just a few seconds, and we're going to crack on from there. So keep it locked and don't go anywhere. It's Breakfast with Kxvu here on Trickstar.
This is Breakfast with Kxvu, bringing you them morning flavours on Trickstar Radio.
Trickstar Radio.